All right, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from. And real quick, before we get started, as always, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and your support to me as always. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. If you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, loyalty crown badges, you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help. So thank you guys so much. And for today's video, we finally got some early dev notes, probably because of everything that's been going on. So the devs have responded. Now, as always, the dev notes are going to have multiple topics to talk about. I will give my thoughts about everything as well. There's going to be timestamps for everything that you are interested in down below. But for now, that's enough yapping. Let's get started. Let me scoot over and let's put it on screen right here. Commanders, the director is here. We got some difficult topics I don't often talk about to share. Loading and storage optimization plan. Okay, let's see. Over the past 2.5 years of service, our Goddess of Victory Nikke team has done everything we can to keep bringing fresh and exciting content to our commanders. From brand new events and visual effects to mini games, music tracks, and new bosses, we've prioritized variety over reruns to keep the experience engaging, which is true. They have been doing that because it's surprising that we don't do reruns, I'm gonna be honest. But that makes sense with the archive system. However, the constant addition of new sources has started to put a strain on both storage space and loading times. In any live service game, technical optimization is a never-ending process happening behind the scenes, true. Our team has been consistently working to improve performance. That said, we've been cautious about openly discussing these efforts as optimization results can vary widely depending on the device. A huge range of mobile hardware out there. It's hard to promise the same improvements across the board or explain them in a one-size-fits-all, which is true. That said, in recent builds, the scope of these optimization efforts have grown so large that we feel like it's time to speak directly about what we're doing. We apologize for the delay in communicating this. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We wanted to have a more solid, actionable plan in place before making any announcements. Here's what we're working on. Okay, here we go. We're aiming to fix the long black screen that appears when launching the game by June. Okay, that's actually really good. That's probably one of the bigger ones too when it comes to loading, is that damn long black screen that you get, because that's even before like the loading and stuff. Like that's like the majority of it. Like that's crazy. So we expect to shorten load times by at least 27 seconds on both mobile and PC, and up to 141 seconds or more. So that's insane. That's actually really good. For the asset download delay stage 5 to 7, the first improvement was rolled out in May and already reduced load time by 3 to 6 seconds. A second round improvements is targeted for November, so they're going to keep trying to improve it, which is good. For the delay when entering the lobby, stage 2 out of 2, we're working to resolve this by mid-July to some extent. So we are going to get some rollouts as well. Starting June, we are going to get the biggest one though, which is going to be great to see. In terms of storage size, we're actively working to cut the total game size in half without sacrificing visual quality. Long term, we're planning a structural overhaul that uses segmented resources management to prevent massive file size increases with future updates. That's really good, especially for mobile users. Between PC and mobile, the difference is pretty insane for the storage size, but even for mobile, the storage size can still be very heavy, so I can understand that. To all our commanders who've experienced these issues, we sincerely apologize. We are fully committed to delivering tangible results you can feel in-game. Most importantly, we're enhancing our internal development process and bringing on additional team members focused solely on optimizing to ensure ongoing improvement. That's great. Thank you for sticking with us. Notice on gameplay and content, Union Raid hard mode convenience improvements. Okay. As mentioned in the March developers notes, we'll be making improvements to Union Raid's hard mode. Previously, bosses were unlocked one at a time, which meant players had to wait the challenge ones they wanted. Starting with the new Union Raid season on May 30th, all bosses will now be unlocked. So that's great. So now you can just choose which one you want to play, because if there's one that you're cucked with because it's electric and you don't really have any electric, that's actually awesome. So you can do what you want. I wonder how that's going to affect the rankings and stuff, and how that will go, or if that's just going to add up to total damage, but that's a solid one. This one I'm kind of excited for. Coordinated Operation Content Improvements, aka Coordinated Operation 2.0. We're excited to share some updates on the Coordinated Operation 2.0, which will feature two distinct modes to better suit different playstyles. First is Normal Mode, designed for commanders who prefer more casual, fast-paced experience. This mode will include auto battle, and once damage reaches stage 9, the boss will automatically trigger its instant death pattern. No canceling mechanics required. We hope this makes coordinate operations more convenient and easy to enjoy for those looking to clear content quickly, which is good. Next is challenge mode, aimed at commanders who actually want to play co-op, who want a more competitive and skill-based experience. In this mode, auto battle will be disabled, the boss's instant death pattern will only trigger if players fail to cancel it, gameplay will feel similar to the original coordinate operations, but with a few new features to raise the stakes. One key addition is an inactivity removal system. Players who remain idle for a set period will be automatically removed from the battle. We hope this feature clearly distinguishes between normal and challenge, allowing players with similar playstyles to enjoy coordinated operation even more. We're also adding a report feature in challenge mode if players act in a way that goes against the mode's intended design, receive multiple reports, they'll be temporarily restricted from accessing the mode until certain conditions are met. I do want them to be careful with those reports. I don't know how they're going to go about it, but I feel like there could be a chance for false reports just if someone doesn't like you because it's just a game and it's internet. So hopefully they can figure that out. But having two different modes is really, really good. There are times when I'm just too busy and I don't want to do, my co-op runs. So I do my best, but either way, I just don't want to have to actually play. But I don't want to actually be, like an asshole. So it's nice that now I can actually just have my own option and just go in and do an auto battle and just go do what I need to do, which is great. That's awesome. But if you want the option to play it, there you go, and you won't have to worry about someone ruining your run, especially for publics. So that's great. We're also revamping the coordinated operation reward system. Currently, the items available in the recycling shop haven't been enough of a motivation to keep players engaged. To improve this, we'll be adding a new gear-related items and upgrade credits as rewards. If this is a way to get more gear fodder, shit, say less. These will be available through a new currency that can be earned from coordinated operation rankings. Don't worry, broken cores, the current will still be used to preserve your existing experience. Okay, so we are getting a new currency to go with that. I wonder how the coordinated operation rankings are going to work, but that's cool. Best of all this, the new currency won't be limited to specific rankings. Oh, okay. It can be obtained across all rankings, providing more opportunities to enhance your equipment. Originally scheduled for release in Q3, Coordinated Operation 2.0 is actually headed for launch in June, which is actually great. So I actually think we'll be able to experience this with the collab, because with the collabs we end up getting like 3 coordinated operations typically. So this will actually be a nice time to see it as well. Introduction to surface contents. Okay, here we go. We would like to give you a brief introduction to the upcoming surface content. Unlike existing battlefields, the new surface content introduces a 3D world built on hexagonal tiles. While squad formation and movement will feel similar to what you've seen in campaign, movement here happens tile by tile, with various exploration elements scattered throughout the map, something you can see in the preview images shared in below. Okay. Since content like Solar Raid already delivers a high-intensity combat experience, battles on the surface will be fully simulation-based, designed to reduce stress. Our goal is to give players a fresh way to enjoy their Nikkes through smart squad setups and strategic employment, rather than pure combat difficulty. In addition, battles against Lord class and boss raptors will include area gimmicks, which add light tactical challenges that rely on simple controls and team-based strategies. Lord class raptors will be available when the surface content launches. Boss raptors will be added later. Also gonna have host small-scale events, mini updates. So we get a final preview of what's going on with surface contents, and I'm a little disappointed but kind of excited too, because I still like this idea, but it definitely looks limited because of the whole tile base. But I was hoping that we'd get something, that we can actually farm for, just constantly grind for. It looks like that's not the direction they're going, but this still looks cool, so I can't wait to finally see it going forward. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on it. In typical shift up fashion though, right now we're in the final stages of preparing the Lord class Raptor battles. However, after further internal testing, we decided to take a bit more time to improve the tactical experience. But once again, there's already a slight delay, which is funny. Okay, there's always has to be some sort of delay somewhere. Direction for improving daily playtime. We'd like to share an update regarding upcoming improvements in convenience. Although we simplified daily missions back in January, we still see room to improve overall daily playtime. With more content on the way, we understand that playtime could increase, and our goal is to keep daily gameplay manageable and enjoyable, even as the game grows. We've been actively discussing different solutions, and while nothing is final yet, we want to give you a sense of the direction we're heading. As plans are finalized, we'll follow you up with specific details. So they are trying to figure out how to manage the dailies a bit more, which is good. I know some people still complain about the dailies in Nikke, especially if you're new. They can take a bit, so I completely understand. So I wonder what they're going to do. Additional bulk purchase function in the shop. We're adding a new feature that will let players purchase multiple items at once, of having to buy them one by one. Think of it like a shopping cart. Dude, this shit's long overdue. It's coming in June, but like, are you kidding me? You know how many gacha videos? You know how annoying that shit is to do when I have to do it one by one? Like, holy shit, man. Okay, at least that's getting added though. But like, damn, man, that was a long time coming. All right, here is the meat of this. Regarding the launch of the Chinese version. Lastly, we'd like to share an important update with Care on May 22nd. It launched in China. Due to the significant differences compared to the global version at launch, the Chinese will run on a separate build with its own policies. And I do want to talk about those significant differences as well. So I'm going to use this as like a quick PSA, different timestamp, that I'm only going to be making one more video covering the Chinese version of Nikke tomorrow, because I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. Now, if something else comes up that's really insane or something, I will talk about it. But from all of this going forward, I'm just going to talk about this once, because I want to talk about the lack of the characters, the story direction that's completely changed. I want to talk about the lack of no dark-skinned characters from our Nikke roster in Nikke, even the launch ones. So I'm just saying, I want to talk about that stuff because that's still really important. But that'll be the last one going forward. The 2.5 years of gaps in separate builds meant that on one hand there might be story spoilers, but on the other hand it allows us to incorporate some unique and complementary elements. We understand that some people might question new costumes, convenience features that are only launching in China, and we completely understand those feelings. Do you? But we believe that the two versions, China and global, will grow in their own directions under different conditions and circumstances, that one day their differences will enrich one another. So TLDR of this, with all the PR shit out the way, we are getting the loading times. However, everything else that you saw, the synchro improvements, you know, the way that they did the battle pass track, the way that the molds are, which I want to talk about the molds real quick, okay? Because I've seen some people talking about how they are the same rates, but that still doesn't discount the fact that there's no Rs or SRs, and the fact that you're guaranteed 100% pity mold. I understand if you want to try to justify it, that's fine if you want to glaze for shift up, but the point is that they still have the better mold system compared to ours. So that doesn't actually discount anything. I don't understand why all of a sudden people were complaining for nothing, when there's still a lot of stuff that they have that we should have as well, that we should have been have for the last 2.5 years. That doesn't discount anything. Just want to make a quick rant about that, because I understand that the CN version has a lot of dog shit stuff, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't have that quality of life. Now, if you want to feel content and just say like, shit, we got the loading screen, that's all I want. Hey, I mean, that's fine if the bar is low for you, but shit, I want more. Of course I want more. But hey, maybe I'm just built different. What can I say? Anyway, rant aside, I do want to say though, that I'm glad that we are getting the loading improvements. And they did say that more global release and improvements are going to be announced in the future dev notes. So I'm hoping that they work on something as well. So we'll see. Now, when it comes to these closing remarks, I'm actually just going to skip it, because this is just all PR fluff. You know, trying to hype up Stellar Blade, trying to talk about, you know, the differences between China and the global version. Now, you know, they're trying to say like sometimes we're not perfect, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, your CEO is absolutely trolling and like making like reposting like posts about CN, like, you know, like absolutely like glazing CN. So he's going for that money. So what are my thoughts on all this? Let's talk about it. So overall, honestly, it's kind of what I expected to see. I'm really happy that we're getting the load times. There are some insane stuff that we are getting, like the co-op improvements. That's insane. That's massive. Glad to see the reveal of, you know, actually seeing surface content. But when it comes to actual quality of life from the CN side of things, you know, it's fucking dog shit. It's terrible. And I'm not surprised that a lot of people are leaving the game. There's already been a lot of whales, a lot of spenders leaving already. And for them, this is the final nail in the coffin for them. So I'm not surprised. I'm still going to be here. But I wanted to know what your guys' thoughts are on all of this. Let me know. I've already clearly left my responses with my rant and my thoughts. As always, though, I will respond to everybody, so let me know where your guys' thoughts are, but that is going to be it for me. I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from, and as always, thank you so much for the constant support. Take care, and have a good one.